So guys, finally, the northern lawmakers have woken up from their sleep to realize that they were not proactive in stopping the security challenges that is happening in the north. One of these lawmakers said, like play, this thing started in Zamfara and then it was so small. But now they've allowed it to grow to other states in the north. So guys, now these lawmakers are waking up to admit to their failure for not stopping the security challenges we are heavily seeing in the north, even as the fear for the new insecurity group in the north grows louder. Take a look at how this lawmaker puts it.
On national security. And that's why I want your attention and indeed the attention of Nigerians. Mr. President, if you recall that banditry started in Zamfara State. And about 9 years ago, nobody thought that it would spread to neighboring states. But we didn't take immediate measures to arrest the situation. And gradually, it spread to neighboring states of Sokoto, Zamfara, Katsina, Kaduna, and even beyond, even Niger State. So this Lukaruwa movement is a terrorist movement in Nigeria. Even though as far back as 4 years ago, some of them moved to Sokoto, and I think during the reign of Governor Aminu Tambol, now Senator, he contacted the then president, and armed military men were sent, and quite a number of them were killed. So, Mr. President, the time to act is now if we want to control the spread of this terrorist. Mr. President, we have been discussing about security in this Senate. I want us to recall what happened in the 8th Senate and the 9th Senate. We had discussed extensively on how we can tame the tide of banditry and terrorism. We made recommendations, targeted recommendations, and we asked the executive arm of government to implement those resolutions. Mr. President, it is still relevant for us to insist that those resolutions should be implemented. And if we do so, quite honestly, it will reduce the incidence of banditry and insurgency in this country. In fact, we can reduce it to the barest minimum. Mr. President, lastly, I associate myself to all the prayers contained in the motion heavily moved by Senator Yahya Abdullahi. And let me end by commending the security agents who immediately sent in reinforcement, and that made it possible to send away the terrorists and also recover the rescued cows. And that has brought relative peace to the area. And I also commend the government of Kebbi State by sending relief materials to the affected area. The governor was there yesterday to commiserate with the people. Thank you, Mr. President.
Sokoto State, to the glory of God Almighty, we had an incursion of this group, possibly, and I think I may be correct, for the first time in Sokoto State in 2018. And we had to mobilize in collaboration with the federal government to dislodge them and disperse most of them. It was a very, very well carried out operation by the security personnel. I was therefore surprised, Mr. President, when I read in the press some security officers or officials saying that this was the first time that we had such an incursion of this terrorist group in Nigeria. That is not correct. And Mr. President, I support all the prayers of this motion. We need to nip this in the bud. It's too serious for us to allow to take it lightly, because these people are well armed with sophisticated weapons, and I believe they even have some international connections. Therefore, there is a need for the government of Nigeria to take this matter very, very seriously. Otherwise, it may snowball, as did the banditry from Zamfara into virtually every part of northwestern Nigeria and several parts of north central. So I support this motion, Mr. President, and I urge our colleagues so to do. Thank you very much.
As opposed to the motion, we go to the prayers. Prayer 1, all the Nigerian military to maintain their presence and vigilance in the affected communities to halt the activities of this Lukaruwa group from spreading further across the region. I would have put the question, but I think we should commend the military for their prompt action already. No, I know in the prayer, we should first commend the military for their prompt action. Then, before we tell them to maintain their presence, is there anybody that will amend this prayer 1? To say that commend the Nigerian military for their prompt response to these insurgents, and then also urge them to maintain their vigilance in the affected communities to halt the activities of this Lukaruwa group from spreading further across the region. Those in support of prayer 1 as amended say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Most of all Nigerians who have so far been killed by these insurgents infiltrating the country from Burkina Faso and Mali, known as Lukaruwa Group, rest in perfect peace.
So guys, we all know that in Nigeria, there are no proactive measures in stopping some things from happening. We rather react to them when they've already happened. So guys, we all know that Nigeria has all it takes to stop any insecurity challenge in this country. But we all know that, like the saying has always gone, that there are people who benefit from what is happening in Nigeria in terms of insecurity. That without insecurity, some people will be broke in this country. And if you want to end it, my God, it's like corruption, fighting corruption. It will be very difficult to stop insecurity in Nigeria because some people are benefiting and making a whole lot of money from it. And that is why, if you can remember, the ex-general from Benue State, said, if you are waiting for the military to protect you, you are wasting your time, because some of them connive with these people. So, guys, it is time for Nigerians to wake up. I mean, we all know when ex-general Danjuma said something like that you don't wait for them, because there is a connivance. People are profiting, people are benefiting. It is a business, just like we've seen in oil theft in Nigeria. It is not ending anytime soon, even though we have been saying it, still oil theft is happening in Nigeria. And with the government say they don't know, why are they not stopping it? What will it take the government to stop it? So guys, honestly, you have to know that, some of these people who are in leadership power, they are accomplices of all these things we have seen in Nigeria. So you can see that the Senate ended up praying for those whose life may have been taken by all these groups, or these insecurity groups. I don't want to call them their real name because YouTube forbids all those stuffs, So guys, you can see that the Senate, they only sit down to wait for when somebody has died. They will then stand up to, to give one minute silence, in respect of the people who have been died. But there are never proactive measures in preventing things from happening. That is the biggest challenge in Nigeria. So guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below.